looks like we got a new friend!
Oh hi everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of The Curse of Strahd. This week we start off in Strahd's castle. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a whole heap of great. Thank you, Kelly.
Do I get a bonus that I was distracted because I was resubbing?
Well, I mean, you get a reroll. Was it worth it?
Yeah, treat yourself. Have a reroll.
I'm gonna keep that reroll for myself, thank you.
Oh my god, none of us have rerolls. Well, Kelly does now.
I have two. I have two rerolls. The bot is currently spamming you all with links. It includes all of our social links, all the places you can find us and support us. Links from our sponsors. Big thank you to Bird and the Storm Publishing and Mage Hand Press who make the stream possible. And also some links to some websites where you can get 10 to 15% discount using our special codes which are in the panels below the stream. Let's go around and say hello to everyone. This week let's start with Alice. Oh, hi Alice.
Oh, hi. Yeah, I'm Alice, or White Rabbit Pick, and I'm also a well-to-do hobbit in chat, just because some people have started asking me who the hell is this, so that's me. Otherwise, I play Bob, a changeling rogue, who spends a lot of time in tabaxi form. And he threw a plate at Strahd once.
Yes. Yes, they did. Yes, they did indeed. Next around, we welcome Rachel. Oh, hi!
Hello, my name is Rachel Oro, Baby 190 here on the internet, and I'm trying to open up my character sheet. There we go. Yeah, and I will be playing Sophie tonight here on the wonderful Curse of Strahd. And she is a halfling arcane trickster rogue, and just so happens to be the older, potentially more level-headed in some instances of life, sister to Suri. She had a crush on Strahd at one point, like, unintentionally, and then she was kind of, like, throwing up about it afterwards, because, like, ew, that's no thanks. She has not thrown any dishware or cutlery at Strahd, not that I'm aware of. She has yet. Yes, she has spit in his face, which is always a good time. So yeah, let's kick his ass today, hopefully.
Yes, indeed. You did offer Strahd your saliva and he wasn't impressed. Next we pan up to Alex. Oh, hi!
Oh, hi. It's always good to be back here, giving Strahd a good old time, throwing the whole kitchen at him. I personally have not yet done so. I do not believe yet. Emphasis on yet. I think in time, we all might get to throw some form of dishware. We could only hope. It's gonna turn into like the Beauty and the Beast battle scene where it's all the wardrobes and the plates and the cutlery going everywhere and they're all fighting and the candelabras are fighting too. That would be great. There we go. I think I found my scene that I am going to be method acting Suri through when we get to Strahd's castle. Boom.
We'll take that as a request, as a star or wish. Fantastic. We can make that happen. Go on. Nope.
Just excellent.
Excellent.
I assume the younger sister of Sophie, she's kind of the, like, possibly more obnoxious one who's currently not only craves power, but also can no longer, every time I smile, I look like I'm up to something evil. I believe that was another thing now, so I can no longer do the cute Suri smile. It has to always be like that now. So yeah, that's me. I'm Madam Gandalf. I'm excited to be here.
Yes indeed. And last but most certainly not least, bringing a bit of a variety to the party, not a rogue. Oh, hi, Kelly!
Hi, I'm Kelly. I play Talia. Sorry, my dog is playing tug of war while I play Talia, who's our half-elf paladin, squad mom, constantly rotates between trying to keep everybody put together and throwing her hands up in the air and giving up. Let's see what happens today. Yeah, so last week, Talia actually kind of came back to the party after having been passed out. and found them in a room
Looks
with
like I got a
sarcophagi.
Nerf gun.
She overheard Suri making a deal with something about something while she was wearing a blue headdress, and was very well hasted. And then we decided to actually kind of follow through on our mission and go deal with a statue that we've discovered had a small like a young man, a child / fiend behind it, who ended up leading us into a treasure room that we did raid a little bit. We got a little loot goblin-y, little sticky fingers. Then one of our party members turned on us when he raised his dead sister, who turned into a black dragon. We did a lot of screaming. There was a lot of running. Next thing we knew, we were in Castle Ravenloft, but Mordenkainen so kindly let us know that it was farther in than he had gotten before, and I'm not convinced that that's a good thing. But here we are. You're muted, Scrat.
Yes, that was just for me. I'm not going to tell you what I said. No, I kid. So, before we begin, just players to DM, does anyone remember the last card from your reading? Way back in Season 1, Episode 2.
I forgot that I was wearing the Sonic headdress last week. You expect me to remember what?
I did see your eyes light up when Kelly mentioned it. Oh yeah.
Like, oh god, that's right.
I mean, I think we could set up some sort of donation thing to bring that back if you want, Alex. We can do it on your channel or this channel. You know, I just want to torture you a little bit if that's cool. With love, obviously, like a brotherly sort of torture. I see the hasty flicking of notebooks. So I will inform the chat that there is a we're going to be doing something slightly differently now that we're in Strahd's castle. Having hit 10 retweets, this becomes extremely relevant because instead of gifting trinkets, we will be every time we hit 10 retweets or get a £10 donation, Strahd will be making an appearance.
Did we draw 4 cards?
5.
5? Why do I only have 4?
No!
4! Oh, I'm a failure of a
Looks like
player.
I got a Nerf gun.
Off to YouTube I go.
Okay. I have notes, and I have 5 things written down. I don't know if they make any sense. There's the Sword of Sunlight. Have that. There's the Secrets of History. Have that. The Broken One. Found him. He turned his sister into a dragon, I think. The Holy Symbol. And then there's the enemy, the creature of darkness, lurks in one place where he must return, which I'm assuming is Strahd.
Or is it the guy in the coat?
Do I win the taking notes competition?
You do. There is a slight misremembrance. When you found Kazimov, who, yes, he was another broken one, when he found his sister. However, when you found him, he gave you an item wrapped in cloth.
Yeah, that I never looked at.
It's
Did I
still
look at it?
wrapped in
I
cloth.
never looked at it. It's still in my pocket.
Still wrapped in cloth in your pocket. The broken one was in fact our vaping wizard.
Yes. I have Holy Symbol, Broken One.
Why is this so funny to me?
I don't know.
Can he just walk around now and just be like, Vape Nation?
Yeah, why not? Whenever he blows out smoke, he doesn't blow out rings, he just blows out VMs.
Where's Kent? We need Kent!
I was literally just typing that into Zoom chat. just making a Kent joke in Zoom chat.
So, you found yourselves in a room 30 feet square, rising to a 20-foot tall flat ceiling. You remember that you found an inscription on the brazier that you found. The brazier was talking about different ways to transport to different places, but Strahd informed you that he had reversed the magic and that it would no longer work. This is no longer an escape route from the castle, but a secret entrance into the castle.
Didn't we have a nap?
You might have had a short nap. You also, yeah. Around the room, there's 2 statues. The horse and rider on the brazier. And the wood frame hourglass. All the sand is stuck in the upper portion of the hourglass, seemingly unable to run down to the bottom.
This really is important, though. Did we just short rest, or did we take a long rest?
I think we long rested.
That's
I didn't use
points.
any hit die.
I think that was right. I think Modern Kynan begrudgingly let you rest while he kept watch.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, I have full HP, but my hit die are fine. And I got my what's it called? Sleep back after I tried casting it on that weird little dude that I fingered to death. The weird little man that I fingered. Yeah, that guy.
You got to be careful around Rachel, guys. It's danger.
Watch out! Watch out!
Okay, so as you all are waking, then you will also notice that Morden Kynan is no longer in the room with you.
He took our chicken and left.
What a dickhead! Every time he does. He's never what you expect him to be, ever. God, what a dick.
I thought he was supposed to help us.
Good. Here's your lesson plan.
I mean, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he's
Benefit of the
around
doubt.
or standing
Talia.
outside or invisible or something. I don't
He
know.
said he was gonna pay us for chickens, and he turned me into a damn chicken. That was me giving him the benefit of the doubt. He's a dick. He's a weird, crazy old guy, and he's like, hey, I'm gonna put you guys in here, and you're gonna train and get really strong. Do you guys feel stronger? Because, I don't feel that much stronger. I know how to stab someone.
I've got
known that for a while.
turned undead and into a Maine Coon.
You
yeah,
know
and
what?
all I got was a shitty thing. I mean, it's actually kind of cool.
You know what?
Yeah, you're gonna have to
There's
explain
a
that to me at some point.
There's a reason why he was so obsessed with chickens. It's because he is one. He steals the chickens, he turns people into chickens, and it's all to hide the fact that he is a chicken.
Yeah, come, let's go. Yeah.
I smell a foul conspiracy theory here.
High five myself. Got it. Cool.
Oh, I did.
Oh, okay.
You seem very philosophical this morning, Curie.
I have been blessed with divination.
Okay. Did you
I
get
see
that
things.
from the sarcophagi?
No, I did not get it from the sarcophagi.
Oh, and Bob just.
While this is going on, can Talia check her pocket for the thing that the creepy man gave her?
Let us know now. Quick, get behind your belt.
You're muted, Scrat.
Thank you very much for the raids and hosts, everyone. You can indeed check your pocket. In your pocket, you will find a gold chain, which has a pewter sun on it with a braided rim on the inlay, and then a Celtic circle which holds a large ruby. The whole thing sits roughly in the palm of your hand, maybe just slightly larger than your hand. This, you can tell this is some sort of holy symbol.
Can I tell if it does anything?
Do you have the identify spell?
No.
In which case, why don't you make me an Arcana check and we'll see if I can tell you any more about it. On a nat 20, you can tell that this is a holy symbol of great importance to the people of Barovia, perhaps from before Strahd was even in the thing, however long ago it was. It's an ancient symbol. You also realise it's not pewter. It's just been covered. It's just been marred to make it look less important. If you brush away the grime on the top, it's in fact platinum. You can also tell it has something to do with the undead and sunlight, possibly something created to face Strahd with.
You said there's a big chain around it?
Gold chain, yep.
Can I put it on?
You can put it on, yes.
Do I feel any different?
People floating.
You don't feel any different.
Bob, what is she doing?
Looking at jewelry.
Is that like a rich person thing? Like they try it on instead of selling it?
Oh no, she has a lot of jewelry. Well, no, her mother has a lot of jewelry.
Oh?
Oh.
Yeah, so her mom...
Not for stealing.
No, this is just from one connoisseur to another potential one. I'm just curious as to what her collection is like, because maybe I have one. Maybe we have one back not in Barovia. You don't know.
It's not.
It's just a
for
question.
stealing.
I
You seem very interested. I have 3 gold coins left if you want them.
What happened to like the 20 I gave you?
You gave me 20. Oh, well, I bought a duck.
What duck?
Oh, well, remember that we owed Bob a duck because of the bat-cident. Remember we had the bat-cident?
Wait, the duck that we told what's his face to make?
Yeah.
You told him to make it?
Yeah. I figured, yeah.
That's so nice. Thank you. No one's ever done that before.
Oh, well, oh.
I worried that he wouldn't have any more work, so I gave him 3 gold instead of the 1.
Well, I hope you enjoy it.
I will.
Why are you doing that with your face again? What's wrong with you?
It's just my face.
I've known you my whole life, and it's never been that bad.
I'm just happy.
I'm happy that you're happy, but that's unfortunate. I'll tell you that much.
Guys, maybe we should not be standing around chatting. I feel like one of the big takeaways from Mordenkainen's lessons was like, maybe don't stand around and chat in dangerous locations.
Yeah, you know what? For once, I think I have to agree with Talia. Bentley.
She looks surprised.
The door slowly begins to creak open. An almost familiar, eerie creak, as though it's some sort of non-copyrighted sound file, as this door slowly creaks open.
Someone should oil that.
One of 3 doors this is. It is the center door. And in walks Mordenkainen. No, good, you're awake.
Where did you go?
Well, I was doing a little bit of scouting to make sure that we're in a safe location.
Are we?
No, we're in Castle Ravenloft. We are not in a safe location at all.
That's what I thought.
Yes. Let's see. The door to the left there, it leads up to the main hall, and this door over here, this one over here leads up to the next floor, the kitchen floor, larders and such. The one I've just come through. Oh boy!
Wait, you were up in the kitchens?
No, I just poked my head in to see. I've just poked my head down this one, leads to a long corridor. The corridor leads to the Undercroft.
So where is Strahd so we can kill him?
You tell me.
I mean, according to that book I found, he sleeps below the castle. Like, way
Then
below, I'm guessing.
Then who's playing? I assume we can still hear that. Organ going.
Piano. Is the piano going?
Oh, in Castle Ravenloft, the organ is always going.
But every time it's been going, he's been playing it. At least every time Sophie's been there.
There was a time when he wasn't playing. I believe you requested him to stop playing it.
True, but he was playing it, and then when it...
Well, I'm a bit hungry.
I could eat.
Shit.
Read the pantry.
Wait a minute. He's got that weird manservant guy walking around. What if we bumped into him? What are we supposed to do with that? Do we kill him too?
No, we just shove him in a cupboard.
Well, if you recall, we encountered him at the temple just before we left, or so we were told by that young chap. So unless he figures out how to teleport like we did, which would bring him directly here, probably not a problem, right?
Probably.
God, it's weird. The voice in my head that controls me forgot that. God.
For a second, I thought you meant Strahd.
No, Strahd's another problem.
Well, I guess we pick a door and go.
Well, if he sleeps below the cat, like, way down below, undercrofts, where they... Those are usually under, so, as it implies, because it's in the name, so is there a possibility that maybe it's his bedtime and he's sleeping, we just stab him in the throat and be done with it?
I don't have another plan.
That sounds like a good one to me. I'm solid with that plan.
So should we go? Talia, what do you, oh no.
Actually, by the time you start to look at it, it already got better, but...
Now it's gonna be 20 times better, so it's okay. It needed to be unplugged anyways.
It's much worse. It's much, much worse. you were so smug.
It's very crackly.
Hello?
Yay!
There we go. Okay. Now it's much better. Okay.
So Talia looks up from the tome of Strahd that's in her hands and is like, I was reading. Trying to see if there's anything in here that could help us.
Is there anything in there about his bedtime? Like, do you think that he'd be asleep in the Undercroft place? Do you think we'd sleep there or up or down?
You could take a nap.
So it says that he sleeps and lives below the castle. It talks about his brother, who apparently was supposed to marry Tatiana.
Okay.
But Strahd had a thing for her, and so on their wedding day, Strahd killed his brother, which turned him into the vampy vamp. And then it goes and talks about the king of this world and something called the Dayheart that apparently Strahd is bound to. I don't know what that is though.
Dayheart? That's a shitty name.
Yeah.
Like an actual heart?
Is it only working in the daytime? Or
Does
is
it
I don't
let
know.
him
It just
walk around in the
Control the daytime?
What
it
if
literally
we
just
stab
says
him?
that he's bound to something called the Dayheart. I don't know anything else.
Maybe if we kill the Dayheart, he can't go out in the daytime anymore.
Can he go on the daytime? I mean, is there even daytime here? It's just a bunch of mist all the time.
Yeah, well, I think there's daytime. I just think it's a bit foggy.
Or, I mean, like, you know, wizard, chicken, stealer, you know this. Is there technically, like, a daytime? Like, is there any time, does that affect him? Is that, like, a thing? It's a thing, right?
Strahd controls this land. He makes sure that the sun is always obscured enough so he can move with impunity.
Have
It's
you ever
always
heard of it? Have you ever heard of this Dayheart thing?
No, never.
I thought you were supposed to be, like, this all-knowing guy.
No, I'm just really good at destroying stuff. It's funny, they give you a big hat and everything. Ask you to teach everyone how to destroy stuff. I'm very good at wrecking things.
Like chicken.
You've seen me at dinner time, you know. That's a curious artifact you have there, though, Talia.
And she looks down because she assumes that he's talking about the
Yes.
pendant, giant pendant thing.
You've not been wearing that since the whole time. Did you find it around here?
One of the many NPCs whose names I can't remember gave it to me.
Ah, it was the thing that Kazimov gave you, I guess.
Yeah. And I don't know, it's definitely arcane somehow, and it seems
Yes, I can tell
holy.
that from here. May I put a hand on it?
Sure.
He reaches
And
a...
she
Yep, you hold it out. Good, because he was going to be awfully
Yeah.
awkward. As you touch it, he says, "Ah, yes. Makes me wish I knew the identify spell, but I can tell you that it's a paladin or cleric item and requires attunement."
Oh, well, then it should work for me, I guess.
Well, you'll have to attune to it.
Mm.
You know the rituals for attuning to things, I assume?
Sure.
Good! Well, that'll be grand then. Do that next time we rest.
Yeah, I'll remember to do that. I think that it won't be easy. It won't be hard to forget with this giant thing. But what did you find? You said you found the kitchen?
Yeah, the door on the right here goes up to the kitchen. The door on the left goes to the main floor. I could practically see the exit. And the last door leads to the Undercroft.
Well, I think that's the direction we need to go if we're gonna find Strahd. Seems like we're already here. The more we wander around, the more likely we are to just kind of run into him on his terms.
And he's got really shitty terms.
You would know.
All too well. But you know what? I mean, is he technically dead? Like, could this kill him? You think?
Let's see. Vampires. I believe he reacts to things just like a regular vampire for the most part. He'll probably be resistant to necrotic damage.
So what you're saying is, if Sophie decided to go back on the whole, like, no, I don't have a crush on Strahd thing, and wooed Strahd and then fingered him, we might have all of this done, like, very fast.
Well,
No, because he's immune to fingering. He's not a fan of it. Doesn't work on him.
Well, I wouldn't say he's immune, but probably resistant. Probably will put up a bit of a fight.
Build up a little bit of a tolerance over the years.
He struggles a little bit.
Yeah, most men do. It's not his fault.
Might bite down hard on it. Maybe try and break it.
It's a whole different thing to pull my finger, I tell you.
Curse of Strahd, everybody.
So, I mean, maybe if you got close enough, you can give him the finger.
I don't think so. I mean, he just said whatever kind of like magic pulse or whatever comes off of this thing, he's apparently resistant to it. So, I mean, it worked on that shitty little elf guy, but Strahd's some big old magical being.
Yeah, you gonna tell me how that happened?
I licked a sarcophagus and a god or something spoke to me in my head and was like, "Do you want this power?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Bob is the entire time going.
Well, what's done is done. At least it seems to be beneficial. I guess we'll figure out the downside at some point. So are we going downstairs?
I would say it's a good idea.
Let's get this over with.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'll follow you guys. She's gonna wrap her finger back up, ashamed.
and Talia's gonna look at Mordenkainen and she's be like, "You coming with us this time, or are you gonna just, disappear again?"
I didn't disappear, I was just scouting. Although, Strahd is a crafty beast. He'll probably try and use all sorts of tactics like splitting the party, appearing at inconvenient times, turning things against ourselves.
But then we all hold hands. Then he can't split the party.
I mean, like, how would he like mess with us if he doesn't know that we're here yet?
I'm sure he knows that we're here. He's known every other move that we've made the whole time. He managed to
look around and flip off like the walls then.
Come on, take my tail.
Just don't touch it with the finger.
No,
no,
don't
she'll grab with the right hand. It's okay. It's all good.
Okay.
Yeah.
No time like the present. It's like, Bob, are you gonna lead the way? Am I holding on to your tail too?
Well, I'm happy to lead the way. I make a good shield when it comes to it.
Well, this place is probably booby-trapped. So, go slow. We don't need a repeat of that pit incident.
I didn't fall in. Did I fall in the pit?
No, I did.
But that's why I'm going first.
Right, well, this place has been designed like some sort of, I don't know, medieval mansion. There's stairs go up and down all over the place. There's more stairs than any than I've ever seen before. But still, you can't. I suppose you can't comment on other people's architecture preferences. It goes up first, then we go along a long corridor, and then down into the undercroft.
That's where
Bring it on.
Go. And Bob will start to walk forwards. Again, checking for traps after Talia reminded him.
This is what I'm here for.
So the doors creak open to reveal a stone staircase between the rough masonry walls. There's little dust on the steps, but light fog tumbles down from the steps above, sort of like a smoke machine effect coming off the stairs down towards you.
Where do you think that's coming from? And he sort of tries to push it away.
That is just some hokey pokey magic whatever that Strahd does. It's how he has it everywhere else in this gross place.
Well, And
You know, all
Bob
the
just
villages.
like pats each step with his foot before he steps on. He's like, just be a little more cautious and step where I step and don't touch anything.
The stairs. Do you want to be checking for things on the stairs?
I would like to check something if there's anything on the stairs.
Of course you can. Please roll me a survival check.
Oh god. Yay, we're gonna die.
The stairs are perfectly safe.
Guys, these stairs are perfectly safe. We'll be fine. Who starts to just...
Are you sure?
I'm lower to the ground and I'm holding onto Bob's tail. Can I also check the stairs?
Claudia, I'm a rogue.
Of course you can.
Take it as well.
I am a rogue. I feel
I
very
feel like
offended.
Talia is taking up the rear here.
You want to do survival as well?
So, yeah, survival would be the best trap checking thing, unless you can convince me of something else.
I could have used perception.
Yeah. 5%. I mean, it doesn't really matter, does it? Well, no. These are definitely stairs. I rolled a 5.
17.
On a 17, Shuri, these stairs are perfectly safe.
See?
Paranoid party is paranoid.
See, Talia? I know what I'm doing. And I just continue.
You're supposed to be the suspicious one.
I'm suspicious of people. Though
Okay, well, I'm suspicious of stairs.
Well, I feel I've gained some confidence in people whilst I've been here.
It's true, you really have. You've really grown as a person, Bob. I'm proud of you.
I've taken that big leap and a step forward. I don't
Get a
drink
grown step.
anymore. I don't.
No.
I don't. I'm trying to be more confident in people. Thank you.
Welcome. Oh wait, grab onto the tail again.
Hold on to the tail. And I start to walk down the stairs.
Up the stairs, first of all. The stairs lead up to a long, rough-hewn corridor. This tunnel is cut into the pillar stone of Ravenloft itself. Its surface is slick, and its ceiling is barely 6 feet high. A lingering fog limits visibility to just a few feet.
Well, I guess we just keep going. He sort of holds out his hand. Just to give himself that little bit more reach and feel if there's anything around.
Can we hear anything besides the organ playing?
It's almost as though the organ is playing to stop you from hearing things.
Unsurprised.
And Bob, like I said, is just reaching out and feeling for anything.
With how often Sophie has heard that stupid organ, how well could she tune it out?
I'd give that to you. Why don't you make me a wisdom save?
Yeah, let's do this. Come on. 11.
I mean, you're more used to it, I'd say, than able to tune it out. It's just like it's sort of like if you had a perhaps an artist, a musician that you really loved as a kid, and then you heard them live and realized that they were actually awful, and then you hated them but still liked some of their songs. That's what you've got right now.
Got it. Okay. A little bit of distaste, but it's in there.
You would like to continue along the corridor?
I think Talia would turn to Mordenkainen and be like, "You scouted. Why don't you go first?"
Yeah, certainly. It's perfectly safe. I walked all the way down. Mist stops you from seeing, but nothing bad happened.
Okay. Well, there we go.
Looks like we got a new friend!
I thought these steps were going up.
Yes? They go down at the other end.
Sneaky stairs.
Yes, I told you, the architecture's awful. It goes up, then it goes down, then it goes round. Honestly, there's so many spiral staircases in this place, you'd think the architect had some sort of fascination with the things.
Okay, I'm going to keep going now.
I can go ahead if you like, and he starts wandering off.
And Bob goes and just holds on to him.
He gonna check for stuff? Do you really know what he's doing? Should he really be in the front?
Either way,
I don't know.
Split
As
up.
the as the clear leader, I really think that we should go first. I should
go
go first.
ahead. Go ahead. Go.
Plus,
Better
I
the
do
chicken.
believe that I still have speed.
Blaze the trail, Suri. See, you know what? Like all the cobwebs and the gross shit, you can be the person that takes them in the face first.
I mean, can we hold
Yeah.
your dress as well so we don't lose you? Or do we have rope? We could put her on some rope.
Could I
You know,
have
I've seen parents do that to their kids in the city. It's hilarious.
a marching order, please? Are we getting
guess I'll go
serious
first.
now?
Bob will definitely go straight behind Suri. And if she will allow it, tie her to a piece of rope. But try and convince her that it's purely so he doesn't get lost.
I'm just seeing it now. Like she tries to like run off in a different direction. You're like, no.
No. You know that when you pull and they slide across the shiny floor? Yeah. My dad had great fun at airports with that one.
Thank you so much, Berserker Rage, for the resub, and thank you, Margaret Rose, for the follow. Berserker Rage, you have a re-roll to gift a player or DM of your choice. We're in Strahd's castle. I wouldn't do anything terrible with re-rolls.
Okay, you can't like do a selling pitch to try and get a reroll.
Keep on moping, you're just helping my cause.
I came here to have a good time, and I'm honestly feeling so attacked right now.
So, we had Siri up front, Bob just behind,
With rope.
with rope.
If Talia's not directly behind Bob, I think Sophie would be holding Bob's tail.
Okay.
And despite the tactical soundness of this, I think Talia is going to take up the rear because she's afraid of Sophie wandering off for Strahd again.
Good plan, though.
So, are you
He
standing
wasn't immune to his charm before.
directly behind Sophie? Or are you standing directly behind Mordenkainen? Where's Mordenkainen in all of this?
She doesn't really want Mordenkainen to wander off either. I think Talia's gonna actually stand directly behind Sophie. Because she also now has this sense of the divine light that indicates to her that creatures within 10 feet of her can't be charmed. So she's going to stay as close to Sophie as possible.
Yes, of course. And so you're progressing along the hallway. How does this look? Siri is marching, did you hear? You had the speed?
Bob is
Timid.
trying to, like, trotting mildly with this rope attached to her. He's made, like, two, to sort of go around the arms and around the waist.
It's a full harness?
He
It's a
is
full
worried. He is concerned. She's not behaving how she normally does. But he also believes in her and would like to see her walk her own path.
Excellent.
So does Sophie streak ahead? Do you all stay clustered together? How is this looking?
We're all pretty close, I think. Yeah? We're all pretty close.
So I don't
I
think
think-
we'd move too far apart.
I don't think Talia is probably touching Sophie. She's probably not like holding onto the line because she wants to be able to get to her weaponry quickly, if necessary. But she will be walking a close pace behind, a stride or two. But she's not actually physically attached to the rest of them.
Okay. Well, as you all walk forward, the mist is invading your vision. You've probably been walking for about 50, 60 feet with no event. When suddenly there is a loud click. Suri, behind you, this click is heard, but in front of you, Talia, as, let's see, Bob and Sophie, a trap door opens beneath your feet.
I scream. I try and reach out with one hand and grab Sophie, and with the other, I scream up at Suri, "Grab onto something!" As I want to try and use her as a grappling hook to stay. Not like I don't want to fall down this pit because last time we did that, there were spikes.
Is there like a pillar or something?
This trapdoor is long enough, Talia, that if you can see the edge of it, you cannot see the middle in the mist.
But if I'm just a step or two behind Sophie, I can see like Sophie.
You can see Sophie as
falling.
Sophie is just about to start falling. Yes.
Can I try and grab her?
You can.
Sophie's also holding on to Bob's tail. Remember that.
Oh, Bob is definitely falling.
Yay!
Talia grabs Sophie before Sophie falls, and then so there's a tail.
This is why we all hold on to each other.
This is why I just upped my strength.
So, the scenario at the moment is Talia is going to try and grab Sophie. Suri is trying to hold on to the rope, correct? Or rather, they've had the rope tied around them, right? So, trying to grab hold of something.
Yeah.
So, in that case...
If Suri gets too close to the edge, Bob will let go of the rope.
In that case, Suri, I'd like you to give me an athletics check to grip this, as I described, this slick corridor floor or walls. And Talia, I would like a dex save for you to be able to catch Sophie. We'll get to the strength stuff in a minute.
17 on my athletics.
On a 17, how does this look as you manage to hold on?
You know, like in a cartoon where the cartoon animal like digs their nails into the thing and you just see like but you for some reason even the stone is like peeling back underneath their fingernails. That's exactly what you see as like Suri's just like
and on a 10
can I reroll that?
You can reroll that.
And Bob is there like, yes, you are. Surely you're doing very well.
On a 5, Talia, there's no way you can grab hold of Sophie. It's one of them moments where the trapdoor opens right under your foot as like Sophie's weight sits on the door. And you have to jump back not to fall in yourself. And in that moment, you just can't quite grab hold of Sophie. However, Suri is currently holding the rope. And let's have a grip check from both Bob on the rope and Sophie on Bob's tail and see what happens.
Grip check?
What is this?
Athletics. Like... Athletics is cited as grip.
No!
Oh, no.
I have a reroll.
You have a reroll. Berserker gave you a reroll.
I do have a reroll. Okay, I'm rerolling.
Oh, 14?
16?
You can each keep hold, as you can just about see the lip of the thing above you, and you can also see this 4-foot wide trapdoor as it begins to close again.
Not good. Like, and Bob starts he's like, hold on, Sophie, and starts trying to climb up this rope.
She's gonna try finding a Bob's tail to get on the Bob's back. And like all the time, Bob is sort of like speaking to Suri, who I'm assuming is clinging on. But Dylan's like, "You are strong and powerful, halfling."
Thank you, gratuitous RP for the raid. Welcome in. Suri, as they are trying to climb the rope, you're holding on. I think maybe have you ever had it where you feel your nails start to peel back? You're getting that sort of from the ground. We're gonna need another.
Can I try and...
Go on.
Can I try and jump the trapdoor? You said it's 4 feet wide.
4 feet wide width. Wall to wall. You can't see how long it is, but if you would like to jump into the mist, I will allow it.
Oh!
If Bob... Are you shouting this out loud, Talia, that you're going
Do I have an idea of how far ahead of me they were?
Well, I mean, your marching order, they can't have been further than 10 feet, right?
And I can jump 10 feet. Because your long jump is half your strength.
Yeah, so that should be fine, right?
Talia, I am out of hands. I have one left.
And if your jump distance is half your speed, you should be able to do this easily, as long as you don't roll in that one.
Talia, I swear to God.
I'm gonna jump it.
You're supposed to be.
Give me an athletics check.
I don't think Suri's gonna be able to pull them up.
Athletics check. Any number greater than a nat 1 will be a success.
Strong halfling.
You jump through the mist and land nearly on top of Suri. Suri, what was your athletics check?
17.
17. So you're holding on despite the pain, and you can see as you were jumping, Talia, you can see the trapdoor closing again.
And the second I hit the other side, I want to grab onto the rope and try and help Suri pull them up.
Breathe through the pain. Breathe through the pain. Mind over matter.
The trapdoors are closing above you, Sophie and Bob. Talia, Suri, let's have some last athletics checks to see if you can pull them free, combined with Bob and Sophie's athletics checks to try and climb each other and the rope.
Climbing
17.
20. 11.
So the sisters rolled poorly, but Bob and Talia rolled well. It seems roll 20 is the way to roll at the moment. So you have hold of the rope. You are pulling up, and you can see Bob's head as the trapdoor is starting to close. And I'll say that you guys can rush forward and snap Bob up, but with a 12 or 11, Sophie, whichever one it was. I'm afraid as they pull Bob up, the tail jerks.
Just out of curiosity, do I know she's falling? Can I see she's not going to make it?
It would be a heat of the moment thing, but if you think Bob would be able to make that judgment, I'll allow it.
He's very aware that Sophie is on his tail.
I'll also inform you that the trap door looks to be a large marble slab. Whatever is closing it, if you probably don't want to get your arm trapped in it.
Yeah, he'll let go.
Of the rope.
He'll let go of the rope.
So, Talia, with your awesome roll, Suri, you feel the pressure come off your nails as Talia pulls up sharply, but only pulls up rope. Sophie
and if they start falling, which I'm assuming they will, Bob will... what is the walls like in this? Is it marble as well?
You fall into a chute of polished black marble and slide in darkness.
Yeah. Bob tries to... He sort of moves his tail around, and he does like that sort of motion where, you know, where you put a small child on your lap and you curl up around them and just slide.
Yeah, if Sophie can get to Bob in this tumbling, she'll definitely just curl up in Bob's curl, just be like,
he screams the entire way down.
Yeah, she's gonna scream her sister's name, Josephine!
And Bob and Sophie, you will hear, but only you two. Who's getting the finger now?
Fuck you!
Bob on the way down quietly, I hate Barovia.
Up top, Suri and Talia, Mordenkainen, once the doors close, sort of steps forward, puts a foot on it and says, "Ah, it seems to be weight activated," and strolls across it.
And Talia gives him a look.
That wasn't
It is a grumpy look.
Well, do we want to follow them, or do we want to carry on to Strahd's tomb?
We're not going to be able to take on Strahd with half of us missing.
You have the
That's a
sun
point.
sword. You have the amulet. You have the book. I mean, yes, it'll be more hard, but they're fairly capable. Aren't they?
We're not gonna leave them to just die in whatever bullshit Strahd has cooked up downstairs.
Well, what do you propose we do?
It's a shoot, right?
I don't know. Could be a long fall into a spiked pit for all I know. Do any of you have... Well, I mean, I can cast light. If you're feeling particularly dexterous, how much do you weigh in your armor?
A decent amount? I'm not sure. She does have on chainmail.
Well, why don't we test it? Run onto the trap and jump halfway and see if you can clear the hole. Then I could light something like a coin, and we can look down and see if we can see.
Okay. Suri, how are you feeling?
Pretty good, you know.
If I fall, you're gonna have to decide if you want to take the long way around by yourself or fall down with us.
That's a very big decision, but one that I think a leader like myself should be able to make in the heat of the moment.
It's Bob down there. She's got to try it.
So, how is this going to look?
Nervous. There's gonna be like a couple false starts as she works herself up to it, and then she's gonna try and take like 3 steps out and leap for the other side, and she is perfectly willing for it to not be pretty. Like the landing.
Okay, so, I think that'll be, as you are... It's not going to be an athletics thing, because it's going to be about timing. I think it's going to be a dex save. Sorry. On a 17, you can get 3 steps out. When you try and jump, the trapdoor just leaves from below your feet, but you get enough purchase on it knowing it's coming to slam heavily into the other side and pull yourself back up. Mordenkainen grabs a coin and casts light and drops it. You see it hit a marble chute and slide off to one side.
Can Talia call down for Bob?
In the distance, Bob, you can hear Talia.
Are you okay?
Alia?
You're still sliding. It's getting further. If you want anything to communicate, you've maybe got 5-10 seconds. Very faint.
We're super dead!
What she said!
Brace yourself for whatever's at the bottom.
And I'm guessing we would have already moved by that point.
Wait.
Before the voice
Wait.
cuts off, Sophie's like, Sonny, my gold is hidden in the...
Well, it appears to be a shoot. Does this help your decision at all?
Wait! Sorry.
As, like, Suri is worried that her sister is about to plummet to her death, she's gonna cast Featherfall.
Yes.
On them. Yeah.
On all 3, does that require a higher spell slot, or is it up to 4 in the level 1? I can't remember.
1 reaction, which you take when you or a creature within 60 feet of you falls. So I can only cast it on 1 person.
Well, it's an option.
Bob, hold on to Sophie!
Just like, makes it seem like a cocooned.
I recommend, Shuri, that you wait until you see the bottom to cast Featherfall. The coin should be at the bottom somewhere. I'll keep casting light on it so you can see.
Okay.
I mean, you don't want your Featherfall to run out before you hit the bottom, do you?
Good plan. Good plan.
Oh, to cast it on ourselves. Cast it on herself.
When you or a creature within 60 feet of you.
You could cast it on someone else.
Yeah.
I thought she was going to try and cast it on Sophie.
Oh, I'm trying to cast it on Bob.
Let's see. Speed of... sorry, I completely misunderstood.
Speed of falling.
Yeah, speed of falling. It's been a few seconds. We were opening the trapdoor. Let's go for an Arcana roll.
Okay.
Higher than 10 success, lower than 10 fail.
It failed. I got a 5.
I tried!
Sorry.
Bob, your cat landed on the force.
Sorry, can you do that again? Can you cast it again?
I'll give it a go.
Because we could slide down and you could cast it on me and I can try and hold you up from whatever's on the bottom.
I don't think you should jump in, Talia. You are carrying all of the artifacts. To jump into one of Strahd's chaps would be terrible. Thank you, Kentucky Hawkeye, who gives rerolls to all, but there's only 4, so I assume he means the players.
Well, I imagine if it's going down, then we gotta get down there eventually. If we're going in the same direction, we're just taking a long way around.
Oh no, I'm telling you, I saw the Undercroft just a little way along this tunnel. It is genuinely there. I just didn't set off the trap. I'm a wizard, you know, I don't wear chainmail or any of those other things.
Oh, he knew the trap was there. He just didn't warn us. What a dick.
And I think Talia's just gonna... Well, Talia has to jump back across the frickin' trap first.
Yep,
But
I think you've done this enough times now that you can jump across as a free action. I won't make you roll for it anymore.
okay. And she's gonna look at Suri and be like, I think we have to hope that we meet up with them down at the bottom. Somebody has to be put together to take on Strahd, and we can't take the risk if they're not okay. I think we have to keep going.
This is what Strahd wants. To split us up. We can't have 2 leaders.
Well, our choices are to slide down into the darkness after them and take the risk that we all perish. Or we split it up and we hope that we run into them later. I think we have to split up.
Suri's just gonna like raise her hand up into Talia's to kind of be led away like a child.
And Talia will take her hand. And keep going.
When we find them, we're gonna get them a really big chicken.
Oh, yeah. We're definitely gonna find them a really big chicken.
Mordenkainen walks behind you and giving Bob my March Patreon support. Thank you very much, Malhadale. Is that the full amount? Because that's a Strahd intervention, and I'm all for it. And I haven't forgotten the others as well, by the way. The retweet one, the follower one. There's Strahd interventions coming. Sooner than you know. Modern kind of takes up behind and says, I'm sure everything will be okay. We'll get to the Undercroft and see what we can make of it. I'm not sure whether Strahd will be there or not. I've heard he has to return once he is killed, but he might not be there now. Still, it'd be good to familiarize ourselves with the place. Seconds lost later could be treacherous.
And we need to be keeping an eye out for anywhere the chute might end up. And listening for Bob and Sophie.
Yes, definitely. And talking of Bob and Sophie, we will pan across to them. As in total blackness, just ahead of you, a door opens up in the chute. And you are deposited into a bale of hay.
This was a softer landing than I was expecting.
Submerging from the door, you find yourselves in a 10-foot square cell, blocked by iron bars, dimly lit.
Looks like we got a new friend!
In the cell with you, Mordenkainen turns around and says, I see you have joined me.
Wait, what the? You were just up there.
No,
What are you doing down here?
I went.
The real Mordenkainen.
I went scouting ahead, and I fell in a trap door.
Wait, but but you also said you went scouting ahead up there. All right, Bob.
Thank you very much for the raid, Lindy.
We left Talia and Suri with Strahd.
You're telling me my sister isn't with you?
You're supposed to be the smart one.
I don't know what to say. I
want to insight check him.
I can't believe you fell down a hole. You're supposed to be this all big wizardy person with all the magic and what is wrong with you? Do you know how much danger they could be in?
Looks like we got a new friend!
Thank you, roll control.
Start trying to climb up the chute. Probably keep sliding down.
The door closes once the chute after a couple of moments.
Oh, okay.
How was the insight roll?
17.
17, you're not sure. This could be the real Mordenkainen.
Can I insight? I want to get real close and pull him like right up to my face.
Yeah, by all means.
What am I using? Perception?
Insight, of course.
Oh, insight, of course, yeah. Apparently I can't see that. I got a 12. Hang on, wait. Can I reroll, please?
Yes, you recently got a reroll. You may reroll.
21. Bob is suspicious.
On a 21, you suspect that this could not be Mordenkainen. You're not sure, but you've got a strong suspicion.
I immediately grab him around the throat and push him up against the wall.
Shit. God.
This isn't helping anyone, is it?
Who are you? Don't sneak around. That's what we do. Who are you?
I am Mordenkainen.
Don't lie. You didn't do this. You're not lying.
No, I'm not lying.
But you are lying. Who are you?
Mordenkainen.
God.
If you're Mordenkainen, what do you owe me?
I owe you turning you into a chicken.
No. What do you owe me?
2 chickens.
Welcome to the Academy. Please take your seat.
I still don't trust him. Who are you? And I just sort of tighten my grip that little bit.
How many times can I say Mordenkainen before you kill me?
I'm not going to kill you. Who are you?
I'd like to use Mage Hand and, like, wet the Mage Hand finger in my mouth and then give him a wet willy while Bob is interrogating him. Just like, speak up!
This is most humiliating, you know.
Good. Who are you?
I am Mordenkainen.
Oh my god. And if I can roll intimidation, I want to pick him up off his feet and just slam him into the wall until
By
he...
all means, you can indeed roll intimidation.
I can't re-roll that. My voice breaks as I do it. Who are you? As he gets a bit, he's now very worried about Suri and Talia.
I am Mordenkainen.
I would like to also roll an intimidation check, but unwrap my finger and point my finger at him and try to imitate that God voice and just be like, Bob is asking you a question!
Even Bob is like, stand there wide-eyed.
I rolled an 18 plus 3.
On a 21, he's like, look, I don't know what else you want me to say. I am Mordenkainen.
Look, I'm not the terrifying one here. And he sort of gestures over to Sophie.
Look.
She is hungry and away from her sister. You don't want that on you. And she's got that, and he sort of gestures to the finger. Now I think you're Mordenkainen, but who are you?
What do you mean I think I'm Mordenkainen? If I think I'm Mordenkainen, then I'm bloody Mordenkainen, aren't I?
Do you have
That's
a
not true. I could
twin?
think that I'm a chicken, but I'm maybe not actually a chicken. Doesn't matter how much you think about something. Doesn't mean that you are that thing.
But if you believe it, then that's what you would say anyway, wouldn't you?
Not necessarily. Do you have a twin?
No!
Identity.
How do you know?
You never know.
Is there a way I can, even though I know it's not him?
I just said you suspect.
Oh, she doesn't like him anyway. She's just... Well, if you're Mordenkainen, you're a super wizardy, spellcaster, clever.
Yes.
Why are you stuck in the cage?
Well, I was waiting for you.
You were waiting for us.
I figured that eventually you would come looking and probably end up in the same trap. If you didn't arrive after around 12 to 24 hours, I was going to start making my own way out of the cave by blasting down that door.
You are upstairs.
No,
Is
I'm
that not
right here.
true? Don't be clever with me. We saw you upstairs now, someone who wore your face. So who is upstairs?
I don't know. I've told you before. Strahd is a powerful sorcerer. His castle is full of tricks. Perhaps it's not even a real person. Maybe it's just I don't know, one of those things people do, an illusion.
Oh my god, I see why you didn't do this right last time. Okay, well, can you get us out of this cage?
Of course I can!
Well, do
Wait.
it then!
Is this the same dungeon that Sophie was in before?
No. This dungeon is dirty.
Does it have a lock, though, on the door?
It does have a lock on the door, but in a rage, Strahd is about to cast magic at the door.
In a
That's
rage?
just rude.
Well, he's having an argument with Bob. He's like, of course I can open the bloody door!
Yeah.
Wait, you said Strahd.
That's a slip. I meant to say Mordenkainen.
Is it?
Is it though? Is it? Bob is now like, no!
At this point, we're messing with your brains, not the character brains.
I'm so paranoid.
We have been messing with our brains since like a season and a half.
He casts lightning bolt at the door. And lightning flies from his hand, melting the door and sending small flecks flying across the room.
I think Sophie would scream. She was like about to go over there and just, ah! Why didn't you warn me?
I'm sorry. I told you I'm good at destroying things.
Control.
Vape starts rising.
Are you done? Can I go now? You realize they're up there, most likely with Strahd or something else. And you sat down here.
Okay, we can berate him as much as he wants, but if my sister is walking around with that jackass, I need to get to her right now, so let's go!
Let's go. And I'll sort of drop Mordenkainen and start walking out of the cell.
As you start walking, Sophie, in your head you hear, "Welcome home."
Ugh. She's gonna, like, fall into step with Bob, just, like, marching angry little feet, just bah, 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 trying to block it out, like, shut up, shut up, shut up.
And so then I guess we will go back up to... sorry, I keep looking over there. I've got a full-size map of the Strahd's castle. That's what I keep looking at when I'm looking over here. We'll go back to Talia and Suri. Walking along the corridor, there are no other events in this corridor. At the end, you come to a set of stairs that lead down. Smells old, musty.
And Talia's going to check the stairs for traps.
Of course. Please roll me a survival. Or... On an 18, these stairs are perfectly safe. I love the fact that you guys checked both sets of stairs, but didn't check once
hallway.
in the hallway. No matter how much I rambled about details, no one wanted to check. Brilliant. Carry on.
We decided to trust the not maybe sort of Mordenkainen. And Talia's gonna head down the stairs, hand in hand with left hand with in Suri's hand. So she can pull out her sword with her right hand if necessary.
Okay. Buried deep beneath the keep of Ravenloft lay ancient catacombs with arched ceilings supported by wide, hollow columns that double as crypts. Cobwebs hang limp in the musty air, and thick fog clings to the floor, which is covered in putrid waste. The black ceiling is moving. In this room, you can see many pillars, many crypts. A lot of open space.
Can I look up at the ceiling? You said it's moving.
Mm-hmm. Perception?
Since Talia's focusing on the ceiling, Suri, as she is closer to it, will focus on the ground and make sure that they don't step on any more booby traps.
Of course, please do.
Well, I rolled a 2, so I'm pretty oblivious right now.
Yeah, no, the floor is dirty, musty, sort of,
this
foggy.
Italian tile is awful.
More putrid. It seems that some sort of waste is on this floor. It's sort of sticky, it clings to your hands, and gloops. It's sort
Bats?
of white. Talia bats. It would seem the catacomb is home to thousands of bats.
Oh, I hate bats.
Oh, you know who loved bats?
Bob loved bats.
Bob loved bats.
Talia's gonna take a second to center herself. Remember, Suri, we're doing this for Bob. They went down. We should be able to find them if we go down too.
Right. Right.
And is there any? And she's gonna look, turn at Suri, and she's gonna be like, "Don't lick any sarcophagi."
I will not lick any sarcophagi.
Okay. And is there, in this room, is there, like, where's the nearest door?
There are doors
not-
everywhere. This is a large
Oh,
room.
God.
There are lots of crypts, every single one sealed with a door. And through this darkness... do either of you have dark vision?
I do, I'm a half elf.
Half
There
elf.
you go.
Yes, you can see in the distances there is a slope leading down on your left. But to the right, the catacombs seem to just go on and on and on.
And I think they're in catacombs, so Talia's gonna use her divine sense to make sure there's nothing immediately in here with them.
And I'll use dancing lights.
You can use dancing lights. That is fine. It illuminates the bats, but does not cause them to react in any sort of special way. There is some squeeing and a movement as the lights appear wherever you place them, and they don't attack you though.
Okay, so there's lots of bats here.
Let's just. We need to go down. We need to go downstairs to try and find Sophie and Bob. Let's just get across the room with the bats and head down. There's a slope down over there. And Talia's gonna turn to Mordenkainen. You gonna be any help here?
I'm
Any
on
ideas?
standby. If there's anything that needs doing, I'll be.
Any like map sense?
Map sense? What do you think I am? Some sort of cartographer? No. Best thing I could probably do is, I don't know, some sort of lightning bolt, maybe a fireball, and wipe them all out as quickly as possible.
Oh, that doesn't seem particularly helpful at the moment. You should hold on to that for when something starts to actually like
Gladly.
hit us. Okay,
Yeah.
let's just keep going. Right, Suri? You're the leader.
Let us battle forward valiantly.
And tell me, noble leaders, do you beeline for the slope? Do you cautiously make your way in? Where do you go? What do you do?
Well,
I mean-
Talia wanted to use her. Talia's divine sense should say if there's any undead in any of these sarcophagi that are gonna like pop out.
In Mordenkainen's, in Strahd's tomb, see, I'm doing it the other way around now as well. In Strahd's catacomb, evil is everywhere. When you cast it, your senses are assaulted by putrid evil all around you. It feels like you're covered in black slime all of a sudden, like someone's been pouring tar on you. You immediately feel dirty. Below the skin.
Oh, this is gross. I didn't sign up for this shit.
I mean, that's not literal, that's just in Talia's head, but I mean...
Oh.
No, Suri's
My
talking
bad.
about the literal shit on the ground.
Oh, yeah, of course. Hand
There we
covered
go,
in
yeah.
hand covered in white shit, yeah.
Safe.
Talia's feels really uncomfortable now. She is like, but she's gonna very cautiously take a step into the room.
Step into the room.
Talia?
Does anything pop out?
You sure that's wise? Talia?
We have to get down.
You're right.
As you step in, you can see the wall of a crypt just ahead. To your right, you can see another wall of a crypt, almost creating like a labyrinth-style effect. But you can see beyond the crypts to the left, you can see there's a straight corridor that goes along the length of the whole wall, with the slope leading down in the middle.
And Talia's just gonna head for the slope down. But can she check the floor? She doesn't trust Suri.
Yeah, sure. You can check the floor.
You have good reason to. I only rolled a 2 after all.
$16.
On a 16, the floor is covered in guano. Fresh guano. They say some civilizations eat it.
Talia is already feeling kind of gross due to the gross feeling in here, so this is probably like comparably not all that gross actually. And like I said, she's gonna head in and head straight down. She's gotta find Bob and Sophie.
As you pass the first crypt, you can see diagonally these tomes are sort of laid out, sort of like if it was 10-foot squares, like the movements of a rook in chess. So you can see diagonally along them, like rows of corn. They seem, from certain angles, they look mismatched. But as you start walking along, you can see clear rows, and down one of those rows, with his back to you, stands a man wearing a long red cape, a red doublet with gold lining up the sleeve, holding a wine glass.
Was he always there?
No. Talia's gonna kind of assume that it's too late already. But is his back to them?
His back is to you.
Okay, Suri.
Thank you, Ken, for the reroll.
Looks like we got a new friend.
And thank you, Legends of Faventras, for the raid. Sorry, I'll stop interrupting you, Kelly, I promise. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, Suri, this is where we have to be really quiet and really ready for bad things to happen.
And she'll pull out her 2 daggers.
And Talia's just gonna kind of try and quietly walk by without turning her back to the figure.
Just trying to avoid it altogether?
Yeah.
Okay. Also, Bob gets a reroll from Bite Me. Let's make some stealth checks, shall we? Disadvantage because you're wearing chainmail.
Nope. Nothing sneaky about this clinkiness.
And Suri, were you also stealthing?
Yes. Not nothing stealthy about this person either. I got a 7.
You do both have rerolls?
I'm saving.
Very wise. You see, I imagine you're keeping one eye on the creature for as long as you can while sneaking.
Oh yeah.
You remember when you saw Mordenkainen start teleporting through walls? It does that towards you and stands in front of you, holding the wine glass. Welcome to my domain, Suri, Talia. I don't think we've met yet, have we, Talia? Not properly.
Not formally, no.
And old friend. You too. Raising another army to assault my castle. A bit smaller this time. Are you enjoying the catacombs?
I mean, your place is really cluttered and shit. You really need a cleaner.
But that's why I keep them in the catacomb, of course. Pets must have a home, you know.
You keep your cleaners in the catacombs?
You see, happy pets make obedient pets. Thank you very much, everyone, for the retweets and the followers. Pets. Kill them. And suddenly bats swarm from the ceiling around you all, attacking. But instead of rolling initiative, we're going to pan down to Bob and Sophie in the dungeons.
Bob is sprinting now. At this
Yeah.
point, he's running.
Okay, so let's see. This leads out into out of the dungeon. You can find mold-covered ceiling, 3 feet above the still black warriors, 5 feet deep. Yeah, it's sort of all. Is that the right place? Yeah, I guess it is. Outside of the cells, there is a watery corridor. You can sort of slosh through. There's you can see inside the cells. Some of the cells hang slightly open. Others are still dressed. One has a corpse inside it. There's a lot of shiny things around.
Bob,
I think
is it?
No.
Like, nope, not Talia or Suri.
Sophie, yes. Yeah, Sophie wouldn't even pay attention to anything like that. If her sister is in danger, she loses all interest in anything shiny.
Of course. You can ascend some stairs to another corridor. Ahead, you can see another block of cells. To your right, you can see a spiral staircase.
He runs.
Yeah, I think can Sophie while they're like running, I think because like obviously Bob would be much faster. Can Sophie like tug on Bob's tail, like not in a harsh way, but almost kind of like try to convey the message of like pick me up.
Yeah,
Can't
and he
keep up
will
kind of
hit you
thing.
with one hand, do it, and throw you on the back of him.
Perfect. Yeah. And yeah, she'll definitely like point towards the stairs to go up.
Of course.
He sprints. Almost probably on all fours at this point. He's so used to cat form, he's just running.
So you can ascend the stairs. There is, after you ascend for who knows how long, maybe 80 feet, there is an opening, or there is more stairs up.
He'd probably duck and have a look in the opening, but not.
Looks like a short corridor. There's a space on the side, like an alcove, and a door ahead.
He'll call out for Talia. And Suri is like, Talia, Suri, you in here?
Guys, where are you?
And if there's no reply, he'll just run on.
There is no reply, but you have gone up 80 feet.
Wow.
Oh, so further than the drop?
Possibly? Difficult to tell, it was in darkness. Why don't you make me a wisdom check of some sort?
No, I am not wisdomous.
And does Sophie recognize any of the parts that they're in right now?
This is an area you have not been privy to in the castle so far. Everything's slightly dirtier here. Just going for a wisdom save, okay. On a 16, you can tell that you have probably climbed to higher than the initial fall. You were climbing these stairs for quite a while.
Then he looks back at Sophie like, do we go in?
In?
Well, I can't see them. But I think we're higher than we once were.
What if... did the stairs go up higher in that corridor we were in before we dropped? What if they went higher?
You want to go higher?
I don't want to, but... No, they were going to... No, we have to go back down. Go into that hole.
Okay. And he'll just start running. Again, on sort of all fours.
Yeah, and if it's like a tighter space, Sophie will just kind of like conform to Bob's back and just like a little sloth baby, except not on the stomach.
Okay, you can burst through the door, and you can enter a long corridor. This hall stands in nearly deadly silence, except for the obviously the accompanying organ work. Heavy beams support the sagging 10-foot high ceiling. Fog clings to the floor as it did downstairs, obscuring everything that lies less than 3 feet above it. A giant shadow lurches across the ceiling. A dark figure shuffles purposely down the corridor towards you.
And Bob comes to that halt on his feet, just like, what? Excuse me.
Excuse me to things in this castle, Bob.
I don't want to just charge in there. I don't know what that is.
I know, but just don't be nice to it.
Why not be nice to it?
Because fuck Strahd.
Now!
Everything here.
It might not be. Wait.
Now, come on, milady. You've got to get back to your room in the tower.
No. And Bob just turns around and starts to back
Wait,
away.
do I recognize that voice?
No, you do not.
No. Did they see us?
The creature will enter the dim light around you. The left side of his face is covered with lizard scales. He has ears like a panther. His left foot looks like you wouldn't be able to see that because of the mist. And his arms have patches of black dog fur. He's a sort of mix and match creature, mostly covered in a green cloak with a hunchback. On his back is a small box and a scroll. He holds a lantern in his bare arm. The other arm is bare as in hairless. And the other one is the one covered in hair. He has a loop of twine around his neck, hanging from which is an iron key and a decorative wooden pendant, fitted with a varnished human eyeball.
Has he seen us yet?
Yeah, he's addressing you.
Oh.
But he's addressing us as my lady.
You must return to the room in the tower.
I'm sorry, but neither of us looks back at Sophie. Are your lady?
Yes, you're a guest of Strahd. That means you must stay in the tower. Come on, I'll escort you.
No, thank you.
No.
I'm afraid you know it's not optional. Strahd will have his way after all.
Sophie's gonna pull out her crossbow and point it at him and be like, "We said no!" She's through. She wants to find her damn sister, and this creepy dude is standing in her way, and she's annoyed. So she's like, almost like stands up on Bob's back if Bob hasn't like completely stood up yet, and she just holds this hand crossbow out at this guy like, don't test me.
All right, it's your choice. And
Where is the undercroft from here? Now!
oh, I don't know. I'm not allowed down there. I just tend to the kitchens. I know where the dining hall is. And if you don't mind, if you've no interest in returning to your room, I'll let Strahd punish you as he will, and I shall continue to prepare dinner!
Bob, the other room, back at the beginning, it was either going to dining hall or going down the stairs. If we go to the dining hall, we could find those stairs again to get back to them. We could retrace our steps.
I think that's the best, but tell me, strange, creepy man.
Cyrus Bellevue, you should know that by now. We've known each other for years.
Tell me, Cyrus Creepy Bellevue. Is there anyone else already in the tower? Is that a yes?
Excuse me. What? Yes, of course. There's always guests in the tower.
Who is in the tower?
You! And Strahd! Mr. Rahadin is out on business, though.
Sorry.
Who else?
Ladies!
What sorts of ladies?
Ladies! Strahd keeps prisoners and they're always ladies. So that makes you two. And I think some more.
I'm sorry, I just see Terry Jones. That's all I can hear and see.
Exactly.
He's not the Messiah. He's a very naughty boy.
I didn't vote for you. He shouts down the So, look, what ladies are we talking about here? What do they look like?
Oh, they all look the same.
Do you think I look the same as this one?
Yes. Dark skin, long black hair, wears armor, doesn't like to wear dresses, comes to dinner in a hump, says I'm not his lover all the time.
Take me to the tower.
What about the other two?
You know what we have.
He
Strahd already has them.
He puts his lamp on a nearby table so that he can slam his fist. Look! I've got important business to do! I need to make dinner and tend to other things that Strahd needs doing while Rahadin is away. So if you don't mind, I would like to get on!
Alright, then your first thing that you said was you're gonna take us to the tower, so take us to the damn tower and stop complaining! Go, you're wasting time!
This is not how you treat guests.
Oh, you might think you're guests, but you're not nobles here! Remember, Strahd is the land! Oh.
What will be noble gestures, me slamming my fist up your butt?
And he brings up one of his legs to scratch his ear. One of the legs that's standing on the floor. He sort of stands on one foot, and this, what looks like a webbed duck's foot comes up and scratches his ear.
Bob is... Oh. Just sort of like, oh. Why does he... Do you have two legs?
What kind of question is that?
I mean, I was just asking. Where did you get that one from?
It's my leg!
Okay, can we just go to the tower, please?
Yes! Come on then!
After you.
This way!
Bob will follow.
He leads you further down the corridor towards... One second as I track the many staircases and choose the best route. Oh, yes, that one looks good. Yeah, he leads you down the corridor, and just before you enter a large doored room, he turns left up a steep set of stairs. They're straight. They're not curvy. He sort of hobbles up them.
Sophie. And Bob is like whispering this.
What?
If they are with Strahd already, they will be a bargaining chip. So we're going to get our own.
Good idea. Right, I'm with you on that.
I don't really know what this is. The sort of gestures over to good old Terry.
No. It kind of looks like someone who can change like you, but they just had like a million ideas and couldn't decide, and it all just kind of like happened.
Like they got stuck.
At once. Yeah, he got really stuck. I'm glad that you don't look like that.
Thank you. I'm glad I don't look like that either. If I do, can you tell me?
No, yeah, of course. You look great.
Thank you. And like even though he does that and just like smooths one of his big ears down. Like,
I can hear you, you know.
Good.
Good, because you look ugly.
No, you're not. You're okay, Sophie. That's a little harsh.
Age gets everyone, you know.
Tell that to your weird reptile face. I don't even know what's going on there.
Look.
Does it affect Strahd?
There's what affects Strahd?
Age.
No.
Well, then it doesn't affect everyone.
Well, I fail to see how that's relevant.
Well, you brought it up.
Be that as it may.
You just can't handle that you're wrong and that we're right.
Well, you're not wrong. I'm wrong.
Can we please go to the tower? I really want to go to the tower.
I don't know. People coming along here telling me how to do my job, giving me all their bloody commands. Do you know I've worked here for years? I started when I was a boy.
Does he offer like dental or anything like that?
I don't know. He bares his teeth at you. Do they look good? They look foul. Yellow, canines. Looks more like a dog's mouth, but in a human shape.
You know, it looks like you went and found some bog water and picked up the pebbles at the bottom
exhales.
and shoved them in your gum.
He exhales and bad dog breath hits you.
Yeah, Bob immediately is.
I would like to use Presto on his breath, like churros.
Okay, you now think his breath is tasty? Is that what you were going for?
Bob is like,
I just want to make it smell better. That's all. She's just gonna make the air around her and Bob's face not smell like dog shit.
You just ruined churros for me.
I'm sorry. I had to do something.
How close to the tower are we, friend?
Well, we have to go up these stairs, along another corridor, down some more stairs, and then it all gets very twisty-turny.
Okay. Shall we keep going?
I need to remember where it is. Hang on a minute.
He's kind of a shitty employee, isn't he?
Hang on, no, you come up to the old... I don't come up here very often.
It's why it doesn't get dental.
Exactly. I bet he's the only one who doesn't.
Up to there, and you go along the thing, and you come down here, all around
Is he
there.
looking at a map? Is she actually looking at one?
He might have pulled the scroll off his back, and he might be looking at sort of like a...
Can Bob?
Bob's just gonna distract him.
Then
I
you
would
go
like to
left
get a peek
along
at the
there.
map.
It's very confusing. The map is written in flaws, so you never really know where you're looking at.
Shit.
All right.
And then you go up and around and down and left. Wait, no, you don't.
Oh my god. I wish Strahd was here.
No, you don't. Trust me. Dick.
I've met him.
That's right, yeah.
Kind of.
Huge dick.
You would know. Right, yep. Right, so we're going to come through here. I'm going to lead you through a few secret passages, alright? Just to make things a little easier. Don't tell anyone I showed you where they go, okay? It's employees only.
Okay.
Make sure you get that dental after this. Put in a good word.
Oh, that's mightily appreciated.
She's
Can
gonna
I-
lean real close to Bob's ear and be like,
He doesn't know I'm fucking joking.
Can I insight the hell out of this guy?
Yeah, of course you can. Inside the hell out of them.
Like, I'm gonna insight the hell out of him with a 10.
On a 10, brilliant. He leads you up some stairs, down some stairs, and then around another room. You go down a long straight corridor which has double doors on either side. You go through the double doors and all the way to the end. There are 2 more double doors, which he stops in front of and says, "Well, your rooms are in here!"
And where is the other guest?
Probably in there too! Oh!
probably in here too. Wait a minute.
Look,
Does someone recognize these parts yet? Because the nice room that she was in?
This is not the same nice
driving
room
this
that you were
wrong.
in.
Damn it, okay.
However, a second ago when you were walking along one of them corridors, things felt a little familiar.
Could I please just check if this is my room and just, see if anyone else is in there?
Well, I'm going to leave you to it now. I've led you to where you're supposed to be. If you don't do what you're supposed to, Strahd will deal with you. I need to get that dinner on.
Get out of here then.
I will! And he
Bye!
sinks into the floor.
Oh God, I hate this place.
Why does he have a map if he can just... Ugh.
You're right! What an idiot!
Can't he just go up and down until he realizes? Oh, never mind. And he doesn't quite know why, but Bob smartens himself up. It's just his waistcoat, and he knocks on the door. Is a lady in there?
Potentially.
There is no answer.
Hello,
No.
pretty lady.
What if she's average?
Well, you don't say that rude on your hello, average lady. That's rude.
I mean, everyone in this castle's been really mediocre, Bob.
What exactly? So she must be great.
Hello! She's gonna bang on the door.
As you bang on the door, you realise it is not entirely fastened. The catch isn't fastened. And it starts to swing open.
Shit. Okay.
Bob just pushes, takes out his rapier and pushes it open.
Sophie will peek in slowly as Bob pushes the door open. And no.
As you open the door, you see not a room, but a long balcony. Ahead of you are 2 chairs. Between the 2 chairs is a circular section of the balcony jutting out. On the stairs you see a woman in a long white dress, a wedding dress with a long train, climb to the balcony. She looks back at you. It is Kolyana, the woman you escorted not so long ago. Passive perceptions, remind me quickly.
12.
You also see a hand holding a wine glass from the outside of the right chair. What would you like to do?
I'm assuming he's already heard us because Bob pokes his head. He's like, I hope I'm not intruding.
And Kolyana jumps from the balcony.
Bob jumps and grabs the train.
You make a check.
What check do you want?
What check would you like?
Maybe athletics to get there and grab hold of her.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
As you
no.
dive,
Is that going to be enough? If not, I'll reroll.
As you dive across the room, it is enough to reach the dress. You catch the train, but it just passes through your fingers. It's not real. But the scream sounds very real. And the crash of bones into the ground sounds very real.
He runs to the balcony and looks over.
There is nothing down there. I cannot replicate that part. I didn't bring myself to look. That was the last reincarnation of Tatiana. She will love me, you know.
Bob spins round. I'm assuming Strahd is there.
Sitting in the chair, sipping a glass of wine.
You're a sicko, you know that, right?
I am merely reflecting on my memories. It is you who trespasses on my castle.
You choose to watch her throw herself from the balcony over and over.
No, I was actually watching a long period of our time together, analyzing the way I tried to convince her last time.
Maybe. I'm just saying. You should take the hint.
Thought this might not even be him.
I know.
He stands, puts his arms behind his back. Have you ever loved someone so intensely, so madly that you would do anything for them?
Probably not in the same way you have.
Loved someone so intensely that you would get anyone in your way out of your way.
Depends
Give your
on the
life for them. Give the lives of your family for them.
person. Straightens up. It's lucky I don't have family then, isn't it?
I guess that's one way of doing it, yes.
There are a few people I would die for. And he glances back briefly at the doorway where I'm assuming Sophie still is.
Oh, she's made her way out to stand next to Bob.
Yeah, he just glances down at Sophie.
Ah, Sophie. We never got round to fencing, did we? Not really.
You gonna bring that up again?
It was entertaining while it lasted. You know, you have similar qualities to Tatiana in some ways. You have her youth, her passion.
This freaks Bob out. He stands in front of Sophie and says, "Don't talk to her."
Oh no, my mind can only be set for one woman. But it was pleasant.
Yes.
It was pleasant the time we had together.
Yeah, you, what, in my head, mind controlling me, making me like you? Is that what you did to her too?
No, I know it's superficial. You were just fun, Sophie.
Also be fun as stabbing you in the throat.
Be that as it may, what I'm saying is most charmed people don't fall so deeply as you did. It was most amusing.
Bob's gonna swing at him for that.
He merely...
He knows it probably won't hit, but...
He's going to stay back out of range. He'll step out of the seat and make sure he keeps 10 feet between you.
Wait, why would he move?
Because he's scared it'll hurt.
I want to throw a dagger at him.
You may.
Just as quick when Bob goes in for that punch and he gets up to stand and move away, she would like to use that. Not her cool rat skull dagger, just the normal one. She wants to just throw it at him and see if he can move out of the way in time for that one too, or if it goes through him like Bob's hand went through earlier. 17 plus 7 with the dagger to hit.
Strahd had been holding an action, which he uses as you both attack him. He raises his hand, and as the dagger flies towards him, it stops in midair. The handle splits into two and lands on the ground. The two chairs, the legs start to wibble and wobble and start moving. There are two tables on the walls nearby. They too start to move towards you. Candelabras and swords on the wall also fly from the wall. As the furniture starts dancing around you. Do excuse me, I have some people to see to in the catacombs.
I think she's gonna... Yeah, Sophie would yell out, "Don't you touch her!" Just really angry at that.
Bob will clamp onto Sophie as she starts to run towards him.
Mordenkainen bursts into the room behind you.
Oh, I wondered when you'd show up.
Great. Wonderful.
Immediately, when the vampire and Mordenkainen lock eyes, they begin casting spells. And they will, whilst the two of you are surrounded by these furniture, they end up being pressed back into the hallway behind you as lightning bolt meets blight, blight meets slow, as they just start casting spells back and forth. High level magical combat. And the doors close. You can no longer see Strahd, but you can see a number of items of furniture around you.
Are they still moving? The furniture, I mean.
Yes, they are still moving and very much attacking you.
Oh,
Fucking...
I've never been attacked by a chair before. Well, actually once, but there was a man holding the other end of it.
I don't think that really counts, Bob!
Okay.
She's gonna like hold out her hands and be like she's talking to a dog and be like, "Stay!"
Can I start picking up the furniture and flinging it over the balcony?
It will attack you like normal things. So now everyone, please roll initiative.
13! What is happening?
Oh.
Sophie, what is your full health?
48.
48, okay.
Yep.
Woo!
Nat 20.
You're ready.
Madame Gandalf doesn't look too happy.
Okay, hang on a second. We have Suri in there with a 1, Talia with a 23. Let's see. Mordenkainen iteration 1 with a 12. And bats. That's what we need. Bats. But how many bats, I hear you ask?
Well, good
I really
question.
don't like bats. They smell so bad.
4! 4 swarms of bats.
Four bats.
And the furniture, we will go for just one roll for the whole lot. Okay, so Talia, you have the command as bats swarm all around you and your vision of Strahd is obscured.
And I'm gonna... do I have anything that would be good for this? Not really. Okay. And I'm gonna just take this giant-ass sword of mine and swing at some bats, I guess.
Please do.
I'm guessing 29 hits a bunch of bats.
A 29 does hit a whole bunch of bats. And an 18, I believe, kills a large amount of them.
I hit hard now.
You do. Yeah, so a large amount of the first swarm, if swarms could be gathered into 5-foot square groups, if we theatre of the mind a D&D board for a second, I know it defeats the object, but there we go. As you hit them, let's say 5 to 6 bats fall to the ground. But the swarm continues to flap weakly. An 18 also hits. And are you attacking the same swarm?
Yeah.
That swarm falls to the ground. Just revealing through the vision for a second, Strahd is gone.
Talia literally, I think, lets out like a frustrated sound. Like a,
Is that everything for your turn?
Yeah, I think so.
Then Sophie, we come back upstairs to you, being attacked by your own knife and several pieces of furniture.
Oh, my own knife? Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
Shit.
he animated it as you left your grasp.
Oh no. Okay. Oh, I think she'd be offended that her own knife was attacking her, so she would go for that thing first. Actually, she's gonna cast magic missile. And did you say her dagger split in two? Or that it
just the handle. The handle split into two like legs and now runs along the floor towards you.
Okay, cool. All right, so she'll send one magic missile, one bolt at her dagger. And let me just pull up that spell real quick before I forget. So she'll send one to that, and whatever other IKEA furniture is coming her way. What? Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what other furniture pieces are right near.
2 chairs, 2 tables, 2 swords moving similarly to your.
Oh, yeah, she's gonna hit the other 2 swords and her dagger.
A lit candelabra.
Swords and the dagger, for sure.
And a clock. The clock might resemble an overweight gentleman.
Lol. Yeah, so she's gonna send those to them. And do those have to? Those just hit? I think they do, right?
Magic missiles just hit, yes, unless they have some sort of protection against it. So please roll me damage. How many bolts are you casting?
3.
Okay.
So that's 1d4 plus 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, looks of it. First bolt does 4 damage total.
And that's
second one also does 4. That's with the plus 1.
And those 2 are at the swords?
Yes.
Okay, so the 2 swords.
The 2 with the swords, both 4 damage to both the swords, and then 2 damage to her dagger.
Okay, they do not look harmed in any way.
She's gonna, so she like throws her hand out and casts these spells, and she really feels like she's gonna do it, right? And nothing really happens, so she kind of looks over her shoulder like, Bob, that didn't work!
I mean, the bolts hit, and like the swords sort of like fall over, but they just sort of like climb back up. And start hopping along back towards you.
I hate it.
Anything else on your turn, Sophie?
She offhand attack the clock.
Just a backhand.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Because if they're surrounded, like, where's she gonna go, you know? That's just a normal... I don't add anything to that for that attack, right? I just roll a flat d20, or do I add my,
Well, they are within 5 feet of Bob, so you could add your sneak attack.
To an offhand attack?
Yeah. Any attack that your allies are within 5 feet, right?
I can't. Can you see it?
I can't.
See it?
That's possibly the best result you could have had.
I'm nat 20 offhand backslapping.
So the slap itself will do 2 damage, and you can add your sneak attack, which you would double the dice for.
Just backslapped the clock.
Backslapped a clock.
And like probably crushes it into pieces.
Oh
Like,
my god. I need to draw this. Oh my god.
I love the magic does like 6 and the
Classic Clocksworth from Beauty and the Beast just bah! Alright, so wait, am I rolling 8?
8d6 sneak attack damage, yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
It's worth rolling because there's a chance that you might not kill it. A slim one.
If you don't kill it now, I'm going to be so disappointed.
It's fine, we're getting a couple of 6s. Wait, so it's 2, 4, 6, 7. Ooh. That's a 1. And then plus just 2 for the slap.
Plus 2 for the slap, yeah.
2 damage. 35 damage with a backhand. With a backhand.
How does this look as you destroy this clock?
Oh my god. So does it look like the clock from Beauty and the Beast?
Sure, why not?
Sweet.
But
All
without eyes. That's the only condition. It's got like the moustache, but no eyes.
So she tried to use this spell, and all that's going through her head right now is that Strahd is making his way to her sister, and this stupid clock is coming up to her, waddling, and she sees her dagger coming at her. She's tired and hungry, and she looks at this clock and just screams at it in halfling, just some kind of obscenity, brings her hand back and just swings it into the face of this clock, just completely pimp slapping the shit out of it across the balcony.
Bob pauses as she stops, like looking up as he's been trying to fend this like furniture of like, Sophie, you okay? Okay.
Like there's like glass in the back of her hand, and she's just like.
Well, Bob, it'll be your turn next.
Yep.
Pimp slap something.
And Bob has taken out his crossbow, and anything that's sort of coming too close, he's just firing at.
Okay, anything in particular? They're all sort of like circling.
Anything. He's probably at the moment, as Sophie seems too distracted because she's beating the shit out of this clock. Can I fire at whatever's coming closer to her?
Yeah. So maybe she knocked the sword and the dagger back. Maybe the chairs are getting awfully close.
I've done that. Does it count as sneak attack because she's right next to?
Yes, it does.
Does that already add on? Oh, hang on.
It depends if you have it clicked or
There
not.
we go.
Okay, so you do 18 points of damage to the chair. The chair sort of staggers back. Maybe you hit it in the head and it knocks down. But again, it sort of like starts climbing back up.
Sneak attack's supposed to be 4d6. Is that 4d6?
6.
No, it's only 3d6. I'll roll another 6.
Okay, yep. I'll correct that on your sheet.
A 6.
God, where are you, Bob? There you are.
And I got an additional 6 for that.
Okay, so that is 18, 24.
24.
That is enough to kill the chair, as the chair knocks back but does not get back up.
As it does, I throw it out of the window off the balcony because I don't trust any of the furniture anymore. Bob is now officially suspicious of the furniture as well.
Well, anything else you'd like to do on your turn, Bob?
I don't think I have another go, so...
Well, after you, Bob, it is Mordenkainen. Mordenkainen down in the dungeons, in the catacombs with Suri and Talia. Casts Firebolt once at one horde of bats. From the sky, Sophie, a pair of sunglasses fall on your face. Thank you very much, Matt Bat. They don't have any handles. They just sit comfortably on your nose. Perfect fit. His first firebolt does nothing. He fires a second firebolt. That one does hit. Doing 29 damage at the swarm of bats, and the bats are obliterated in one hit. That's another swarm of bats gone. As a bonus action, he starts to fly. Just because he can. Next...
Casual.
Yeah, just casually, yeah. Next is the furniture. The remaining furniture swarms around you, and instead of causing a circle around you, forms a semicircle, with you being pushed towards the balcony. They're going to use shove attacks on you, which you must resist with athletics, or be shoved towards the balcony. So, we will start with the table. I need you. This will be attacking Sophie. Sophie, I think you're about 20 feet away from the balcony at the moment. So Sophie, this will push you 10 feet if you cannot match an athletics of 21.
Even if I roll a nat 20, my athletics is -1. And I rolled a nat 1. Are you fucking...
So Sophie goes flying towards the balcony, landing prone. The other chair comes and pushes you, Bob. You need to beat an athletics of 6.
I roll an athletics, sorry, or...
Yeah.
Yeah. 23.
Yeah, you hold your ground firmly. The sword starts slicing at you. One sword. Does an 18 beat your armor class?
Yeah.
And they do... Oh, I actually rolled that wrong, but never mind. The first sword does 11 damage. The second sword attacks. It does not beat your armor class. Sophie's dagger jumps at you with a nat 20.
20.
And does 16 points of damage to you. Bad rolling from me there. What else have we got? We've got the candelabra. The candelabra will also strike at you. The candelabra is only very small. It's very small. But the thing is, the smaller these things are, the more they seem to be able to hit. With another nat 20 from the candelabra. This is flaming damage as it buries itself in your leg.
Not my only good leg.
Please take 18 points of fire damage on your wooden leg.
So do I take damage?
Yeah.
Damn it.
Your leg's on fire. Of course you're taking damage.
Oh, this is not good.
Let's see what else was there. There was table, chair, killed the chair. Dagger, clock, killed the clock. Yeah, that's all the furniture done. And they are pressing in around you so that you cannot pass them and get back out. Next is the bats. The bats are swarming around you. There's 2 swarms of bats left, and they are very much attacking Talia, who is swinging with the beam of light. Does a 19 hit you, Talia?
Yeah.
Please take 7 piercing damage.
Ow.
And the second swarm also attacks you. But a 5 won't hit you.
Nope. Rude.
Last in the turn order is Shuri.
So, there's still bunches of bats left.
Two swarms, yes, attacking Talia.
Attacking Talia. Okay, so Suri is going to because everything else is like the furniture is stopped, so I can stop being like, oh god, right? About
the furniture's way upstairs.
Oh, so we're like just in a totally different area altogether. Got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the catacombs, Morden kind of behind you, Talia in front, 2 swarms of bats. You could see Strahd, but Strahd is gone.
Okay. Expeditious retreat only works on me, right? So I can't drag Talia out of there.
No,
like
but you could get yourself very clear.
I don't want to leave Talia behind. I'm not gonna just like leave her.
I'm just giving you options. That's all.
Okay. I think then Suri might use can Flaming Sphere be done in the air so that it doesn't quite hit Talia?
Yes.
I will burn them out.
And I guess I'll cast Flaming Sphere like above where the bats are flying and swarming down at you.
Is Suri actually attacking something without talking to it first?
It would seem that way.
First time in this campaign.
Hey,
Wow,
Mr.
that training
Bat!
montage really worked.
So, I'm not used to this, Talia, Siri attacking things. What do I have to do? Do I need an armor class? Do I need to make a save?
You have to make a dexterity saving throw. The creatures have to make a dexterity saving throw.
And what's your spell DC?
My spell DC. That's a great question. That is a very great question. Where is my gun?
Yes, we got all the way to the castle Strahd before we figured out what Siri's spell DC was. Siri has attacked that few things in 2 seasons.
My spell DC is 14.
So that hits both of them.
Hey!
How much?
Die, bats, die!
How much damage does this do?
2d6 fire damage on a failed save. Yeah, that's right.
The batty fucks.
All right, so we got 5 damage total to each one.
Feels a little anticlimactic, but okay.
But as a bonus action, I can then move the sphere up to 30 feet. And if I use it to ram it into the bats, they have to make a saving throw against the sphere's damage.
Okay.
So I'll like as a first it'll just be like there, and then I'll just be like trying to actually like hit them with it. Yeah, and I guess I'll do it again. You need to do another dex saving throw.
That will hit again.
Sweet. Well, 6 damage.
Okay, so we've done a total of 11 damage to both swarms. Both swarms still stand, but they have some bats fall out of the air. Like,
She's so weak. This is why she never fights.
but that does.
It took, a lot of alignment changes and curses to get her to finally fight something.
Well, that brings us
Thanks,
back to the top of the round. Talia.
She's gonna take a second and be shocked because Suri just did something and now it's raining bats. It was something and it was somewhat effective. And then she's just gonna swing at the remaining swarms of bats.
Okay. That'll hit.
16.
You are able to destroy the rest of the bats. Yuri lowered their health enough that will kill them.
Is that all the rest of them, or is there still one more?
There's
swarm
still
of
one
bats?
more swarm. Well, half swarm.
Okay, let's-
18 hits, and that is enough to wipe them out. You have destroyed all of the bats. Which means we will continue upstairs until the upstairs combat is resolved. So, let's go up. Next will be... Sophie.
Perfect. So what's the furniture that still remains?
The table is the one...
Oh, wait, I'm prone.
Yeah, you're prone. You're also only 10 feet away from the balcony.
Shit.
The table is the one that shoved you. There's still 2 swords, your dagger, a candelabra, and a chair.
And they're all coming towards the edge of the balcony?
They're all sort of like semi-circling you in. Yeah. Trying to pin you in.
And I'm only 10 feet from the edge, right?
But you're behind Bob. They're currently semi-circling Bob, who is still ahead of you. Bob managed to resist the shoving.
Okay. So how far is Sophie from...
About 10 feet.
Okay.
10 feet from the edge, 10 feet... If the balcony and them were making a circle, you would be standing in it, with Bob standing between you and them.
Okay. And does it... How much movement is it going to take for her to get up? Is that half of it?
Half your movement, yep.
Got it. Okay. Which isn't bad, considering I have 25, so I'd still have at least 10 feet left. Right?
Yep.
I'm thinking of doing something stupid. Sorry, I'm just trying to think of in my head how it would work.
Think you can.
So there's the edge of the balcony, right?
Uh-huh.
There's the end, and then there's the edge. I'm wondering, could Sophie use the rest of her movement to somehow climb onto the edge of the balcony and swing herself around to get back behind the furniture? So that it's closer to the edge rather than her? Or the end point of the balcony, I suppose?
I mean, if you want to try and acrobatics your way over them and get to the other side, that is definitely something you could try and do. You'd have to beat the tables. Tables would try and catch you with dexterity.
Bring it on. Let's see what happens. Because, like, she'd almost want to, like, hang off of the edge of the balcony on the opposite side and swing herself back over instead of, like, jumping over them. You know? Like, hang off the edge and make it extra deep.
So, hang on. So, you've got the balcony, yeah? Like, and a fence.
So, yeah.
You're going to stand on the balcony, swing off over the drop, and then what?
Well, she would hold on to the ledge, swing around, and then come back onto the balcony. But she, you know.
Wow.
Okay.
Am I picturing the wrong kind of balcony?
Yeah, no. That is totally fine. We can
Okay.
We can totally do that.
All right. You want an acrobatics check?
Yeah, sure.
I have a reroll. Okay, we're fine.
You have 2 rerolls, thanks to Kent. 3 pounds in the jar from Una Gasai So Broken. The DM himself takes 1d4 plus 3 emotional damage. Thank you!
I got an 18 total.
On an 18... I was looking for a dice roll, that's what I was doing. You swing over the furniture and are now on the opposite side of the semicircle. So Bob is now surrounded by furniture, but you are not.
And, okay, so that was... Do I still have an attack after that?
I think you still have a bonus action after that.
Bonus action. Can I offhand attack again?
Sure you can. What are you offhand attacking?
Oh, well, so now that I'm in a different position, what piece of furniture is closest to me now?
The
table, right?
Probably one of the swords.
All right, she'd like to like kick the sword with like the bottom of her boot, just like the hard part, so it wasn't like hurt her. She's just the base of her foot rather than like the foot, the toe.
By all means, please carry on.
Okay, so what do I have to? So for that's okay. We'll just That's a 10.
A 10 will not beat the sword's AC. The sword ducks out of the way and stands back forward. After Sophie, we have Bob.
Can I hang on? So what furniture is around me physically? What have I got? I've got one chair.
One chair, one candelabra, 2 swords and a dagger.
The other chair, I'd like to pick up and throw off the balcony.
Okay. Make me an athletics check.
It's having a clear out. 21.
That's a good athletics check. Let's see if I can beat it. Not quite. The chair sort of turns into like vines as it tries to grip your arms, but your superior might, you can throw the chair off the you can throw it off the balcony.
Yeah, Bob's just started like getting it out. He's trying to clear a path, and that's his mentality now.
Okay, well that's one less thing. After that, we would go to Mordenkainen, but he's downstairs. Skibbity skip. We go to the furniture. The 2 swords are going to attack. They're going to attack Sophie. One does a 12. The other does a 23.
23 hits.
Please take 8 points of damage.
Got it.
Sophie's dagger will attack Bob.
Oh, thank God. Don't attack your owner.
Does a 12 hit you, Bob? The chair's gone. Ah, yes, the candelabra. The candelabra also attacks Bob. Does a 24 hit you, Bob? Nine points of damage. How's Bob looking? You're muted.
He's dropped from 64 to 10.
Bob's looking pretty rough.
So, you want to be a mage or a fighter?
Thank you, Yuno.
I can show you how to be a shield.
You have a reroll to gift to a person you like. You have 2, in fact, because £3 does buy you a reroll. So if you'd like to gift 2 rerolls, you may. We go back to the top of the round. Sophie.
So this sword that just attacked her, what kind of roll would you say it would be for her to try to grab onto the hilt of it and throw it off of the balcony?
Almost certainly athletics.
I will give it a shot. With my... Oh, come on. 16 total?
That'll work. The sword tries to grip your fingers, but cannot do so, and you throw it off of the edge.
Yeah. And she's just gonna yell, "Get out of here!" Throw it off the edge. Oh man. And
are we going for another bonus action backhand?
She's pissed at her dagger now. She's gonna try to kick her dagger now for disobeying her, because god damn it, I clean you and I take care of you, and this is what you're attacking my friend. That's an 8. It's offhands, man.
Yep. No, that's not going to beat the dagger's AC.
I used up all my offhand luck. Crap.
Bob, your turn.
Again, he's gonna grab some of the furniture and fling it.
What are you going to grab?
Probably the sword.
You're grabbing the other sword, okay. Another athletics?
Oh no, do I have a reroll?
You do have a reroll. Do you want to see what they roll first?
Yes, I do. Ha! That one.
The sword thought Sophie was going to kick it again, so it flinched from that, and you were just like, ha! And down the sword goes. There's now just a candelabra and and your own dagger. The candelabra is going to attack Bob. 12?
No.
The dagger is going to attack you, Sophie. 21. As it digs itself into your leg. Dealing 9 points of damage. Back to the top of the round. Sophie. Muted.
Lol. Dagger's in her leg, right?
Dagger is it's sort of it went in your leg and then it sort of like wriggled itself out, like the hand grip sort of like pulled itself back out.
All right, she's gonna attempt to grab hold of the hilt of her dagger, just like she did with the sword.
Okay.
So, again, I'm assuming athletics.
Yep. What are you intending to do with it?
Something heartbreaking.
Okay.
What is that? 14 total?
You have grabbed the dagger.
She's gonna hold it up and say, I trusted you, but fuck you! And she's gonna throw her own dagger away before it can attack her or her friend again.
The dagger flies out the window, and after a few moments, you hear the pang of metal on metal.
She's almost tearing up. That's her favorite dagger. No, it's not. The rat skulls. That one's safe.
The candelabra is all that remains. Are we having another backhand?
Absolutely! You read my mind!
Yeah, once
Come
you've
on.
nat 20 to backhand, you can never not backhand again, right?
15!
15 will not hit the candelabra's AC.
Shit! How does an inanimate object have the same AC as me?
That's the spell! I don't know, I guess. Bob.
I think, again, he's gonna reach for the candelabra and again just try and throw it. He's very much trying to clean everything out of the room.
Yeah, it's just the candelabra.
Nat 20.
I mean, I'll roll for the funsies, but yeah, no, you grab the candelabra, and as it tries to lick its flames at you, you can just launch it out the window.
Can I snap it in half and launch it out?
Yeah, okay, vicious.
He's so done. He is on his last legs right now.
Yep. You can snap it, take the brass away, and grab it.
Just throw it off the balcony.
Bob, you get the reroll from Yuno.
Thank you.
Well, combat is ended. How is everyone feeling, separate though we are?
So
Bob
annoyed.
has put his hands on his knees and he's trying to breathe, probably like, I trust nothing in Barovia. Like looking around at where the furniture was.
Sophie's gonna look down at her other dagger and be like, I swear to God! Are you okay?
They're a bit breathless, but it's fine. I don't think I want to sit on a chair for a while.
Hold on, I've got like a tear. Just take my other scarf, and she's gonna like try to wrap it around like a wound that Bob has as like a shitty medicine check.
Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, you know my ruling with medicine checks. If below 10, it'll hurt, not heal.
Alright, I got you, bud.
Yay!
I don't got you, bud.
7, okay, so
He's like, ow!
only 1 point of harm.
Rerolls?
You do have rerolls.
Re-rolling it!
Oh, that's hurt. If you get a 1 and I die, I'm gonna be.
Nat 20!
On a nat 20, you can stabilize all of Bob's wounds. They'll gain, I mean, how much do bandages do? Like, I don't know, 2d6 health.
Maybe 64.
2d6?
Yes.
So do I roll that?
Yeah, of course you do. You have a smelter dealt it.
Oh, that was a 6. And a 5!
Yay!
The best reroll of my life!
I'm back at 21!
Okay. How about Siri and Talia? How are you feeling?
I mean, that's my dude. Ain't
Irritated.
nothing on us.
Yeah.
Mordenkainen,
Fine, but annoyed.
yeah. Mordenkainen with you starts casting firebolt at the corpses of bats on the ground.
Okay.
Always double tap.
least it'll clean the floor a little bit.
Yeah, bat guano isn't flammable, is it?
I mean, most shit is flammable.
And,
Everything burns if it's hot enough.
both parties are thrown into magical darkness.
That was very sudden.
Yeah. Siri and Talia, you can hear the sound of many bats. Sophie and Bob, you can hear the sounds of metal clanging against cement. Sort of like, and then the occasional twang as well, like a ruler being struck on the side of a table. It seems to be getting louder, rising up from outside the balcony. And Strahd, all of you hear Strahd. Welcome to my castle. That's what we'll end for this week.
Thanks for the invite.
It all looks so salty right now.
Don't treat their guests very well.
I'm leaving him a shitty review on Airbnb.
A Yelp review of this.
So we've got 2 suggestions for a raid cry. Players, I'll get you to decide that before we head over to the Discord where we'll be talking about today's show. We've got I Trust Nothing in Barovia or Suri Attacked a Thing.
Suri attacked the thing.
Agreed.
Suri attacked a thing.
We're so proud of her.
Yes, look
She
at
didn't
my
talk to
sister.
it or anything.
You have to tell me about it.
And we were awake for this as well.
It's it's thanks to like alignment shifts and a lot of character changes that happened. Thanks to magical inspiration.
So, everyone, we are going to come into the Discord and talk about the show. Everyone, please check out all the links that my bot is currently spamming you with, all the places you can find us, all the wonderful things that you can, all of the ways you can support us. Our sponsor information, big shout out to Bird and the Storm Publishing and Mage Hand Press, who make the show possible. Like I say, we will be along in just a short moment talking about the show in the Discord. The crew will be in there. Thank you very much, everyone. Until next time, keep on evoking emotions. Bye!